Okay, I was able to about so edeba a Ghana politics avenue. So I was I am bonra a yen semu. A finance minister at Forson aba de ensemble ababe tuja ababe expose NPP amanuku omo krono ene katahyehyɛ kyese omo be say nneoma during their 8 years tenure ano na answer about it to do na ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ attorney general Dominic Ayine ahyɛ ase process bi agu akwan mu a ɔba be prosecute ɛyɛ omo a omo yɛ involved in a scandal bi a apope apiano a finance ministry no Ken Ofori Akuffo ne nkɔɔfoɔ bɔne a ɔmo aba abɛdi ne hɔ gold for oil a ɔmo de bɛdaadaa Ghanafoɔ no ne nyinaa no ɛnyɛ nokorɛ nti no ɛfa road construction worker kyerɛ sɛ Akuffo ne nkɔɔfoɔ akɔ ɛde Ghana din akɔbɔ besia sika no ɔmo afa mbɛyɛ saa construction na ebusuan sisi a ato Forson aba be drop sa details ni na ma yense mo mre mo yenko na yenko nkotie ensem a ekọ so unsubscribe ya subscribe like share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi aha Ghana politics avenue so and don't forget to click on the notification bell so na be ya any updates be drop bia no onso onsa ebe to me aka medamase
Kanyide Nyamina domarakwa baby aye fi na baby aye bodu oma hen enyidaso oma hen hope to the extent the hen na enyim the baby agana rokọ no o nyamina doma obeye abenta mo kadam time President Mahama Ghana fo ya da Roma obeye Ghana mampanyin yeba benemen ena nzama no kwarum onkoye ena ahoche wa dos wo manemu sebe nyama no bo bebia no onenam yensi di na hoden wa kofom me kede those days na President Akuffo ado cancel because sidi na ya hata ena onu na chiri no ehun na wodi won sika akoto bank wada akoto aban bonds was one on bibi of friend haircut sika sam onkodo ahoche na adoso dodo but lo and behold President Mahama baba ya Ghana mampanyin yi ne mpanyimfo started adwuma kakra busuma esia ne nature in less than 200 days in fact ya kan 200 days probably the insakra a start oroba mintum nka njanha nka de bibiara yeye mbom da makan yi de bebia Ghana rokon he na ye wo akomatoyem de nyame ya adoma nzama butuma asesama hen abentra makadam Ghana cedi ni mbre bi besene a na ye ton 17 cedis to $1 and the menyo ka ho asemi El Cornell Kwakoto see the Benyan 10.4. In baby bear in a British pound sterling. So Kwakoto pound cra £1 Benyan 21. And the Yamana Domara the bank the Kwakoto pound Benyan 14. The means I may be any no one here be brave or money bearum. Or Sunday, a hona would gua. Okofa nzama wadaba se yanga na sidin na hodze na okofo ma wontum okofa ba oide wombo no so okosor ntoma nzama nso no bu kosor ena sanhwe ne ya woso akopa ade kofa ade botonen se currency no na hodze no se okofo ma anhwe ne ye bokọ bio na baba na wusikaten na de fa nzama no so wahyew nti nzama oide fa ne before no ntuma fa ne bio eja the mazin kakra da ma o man nzama no bo baye dzen wo manemu sisi amenyo kasei President Mahama na bredo dem sikaya sidi na no ho na ho de na Akuffo mu sidi we peja mana hoden wa baso dem sasunti wa manzama nso a na no bo ye den bebre no wa sanso orebafom mnianom okodu baby no na inflation on ye nyama na no bo okoso no ansa na president Mahama ba abanim ne ye nam 23.8 sisi amnyo kase ye 13.7 yame ya adoma obokofom bio na mo enyusum de oye budget na we could read on behalf of the president da ye kan de yame ya adoma oye inflation obaba form 2 11.9%. I believe that wachara the fourth quarter inflation obodu baby yen target na yes setting no na yame ya adoma obotu mpo akwasenga de geta me ono nature because of the measurement kanina boma o ma sika na ekwa bank ara kwaje lending rate na wa start do roba fom
okay
but when you some there into wa ma fi nko na wie no na lending rating wa baba 20%.
She said that saying
I think it's currently about 20. It moved from I think it's about 27%.
27.
We took over at the time we took over the reference rate was 30.3. Now it has come to 27%, and we believe that nyame ya adom na nzama ya rutu 2 year na yetum do 2 year ya into December no and we tum waba about 20%.
See, eti said ya wo twamfoni ni kira ye na say anida so bi wo yanim say said ya nyame ko ne ko ne saa yam nyama be sesa me ho tumi ahenhan ye ya hwe media nsama wo kan ye nyine beba mu ansa ye beba mu later media budget review of the buy no nyama hodo ben ne wo mu a ugidi se esese Ghana ede wo madwene koso a ebetumi aboa ama all the sectors no obi abetumi anya aresim se de awka generalize se nyama betumi akoyie no all the sectors ne be mu se aha we kwa hanti betumi ayi we say aha we kwa aha we kwa betumi summarize na mayen kakran
okay eja odukan pepeda makade shwamani ayetimi from the time President Mahama will take you office up to now this is about education sector and can better in the free secondary education or free CHC. Then the words banning ye in the ones once it can call na chance war your press release and better in the one a feeding no go won't to uncle for big cow it's the banning ye them and the at the massam biwa. Dabi. Better in the capitation grant sikanon co and then the better in the bibin kodo education sector. Lucky enough, onam sika ye twa ato honti wa education sector no asomdwe a ofre na asomdwe wa ba sector no mu ye wonyi some de nzamba ye da tutu ye yina no ba ma sector no wa kodo we gina ne nando na yen school mo from ma wo school a wonye dibane nzi na wetum wonye dibane papa we di na free SHS nso wetum ya hyem kana mo wetum we gina forever me kai de answer na ye ba boto aban ye no NPP fu ne bi na wona nam oh President Mahama obeye Ghana manpanyin no botwam the President Mahama o kai kire honde oy nyama na adom no obeye Ghana manpanyin na ontwam ma no obeye ne ye me nyo ka sei Ghana fu na wo hu the free secondary education na Ghana fu ye na ye de ye wura hyem no why ye President Mahama why ye ne ye yamahin iyo no fi wa ye obibi a friend national health insurance okay abeta de hospitals and also one claim no on ba won sika de won saka wotum wode mo hon health insurance for tua honka won tua honka into because of them zaman na nyama nkodo menyo ka sei aba asem no we sisi President Mahama na brodo we tua claims e ma somdwe aba ho ma health insurance fi wogina wonando e ma adoy de wo ye essential medicine wo de ko hospitals no kaka hu na they have enough money to pay for it. Intiminyo kasi inzamara sesa papa for health insurance o iyo no fi ha inka no na ye district assembly common fund this assembly common fund a constitution is share de sikibia obabebia yemfa 5% minimum yemfa nto ho na yemfa come assemblies na assemblies no mfto mfanye aduma president Akuffo na brodo ye hu do si wa this assembly common fund assemblies ne sika no nko what is sika ne ba na wada atena nkan ha no wa ache sika no wankra ha na fom fo wonye sika ne binzi wonfa ye de wonzo wode koye aduma o de osafata President Mahama Bay dem zamani na we twado sisi a district assemblies no won sika no a oboko district assembly common fund President Mahama den hyehyɛ bi aba 80% of that amount oko directly to the district assemblies into assemblies na yɛ ka ho asɛm sisi yɛ wonye sika 80% of the sika oido this assemblies na Ghana no this assembly common fund or transfer 80% directly to the assemblies nti menyo ka sei the assemblies will be liquid menyo ka sei bebrempo wa start to receive one sika or they will receive what the adwuma or safata or district assembly level to spare the friend in the local economy no fi wa abana a budget here media review e do parliament e ka President Mahama can be there or that be about find a big push the big push or the better infrastructure over the next 4 to 5 years many wakasi President Mahama na da Roma budget na year no ye the 13.8 billion cedis ye the shame da afi ye be start big pushing President Mahama what oye roads bebre Oman ne minister for roads mini Kwame Abuja wa kwa Ghana ha we chima oman no mu bebiara the way choose roads or the main roads are sebe wa say wo mani wo ma ye twedem sika na to the better tackle all these roads in the odoso me kada mbobo a me sure dem mo wie ne de ano ye ono wie no na ye hu de ye wo roads bi nso wo ho a under the previous administration NPP Adaroma NPP Abuild no what started roads in one no hu sika ni ho into roads in bebre wa abandon ho ibi na owo kaso akwanedi ibi na owo friend Pokwase amasama nkwanedi na Pokwase amasama kwan no sekeya wakwaji sika fee bank bi friend Afri Exim Bank 750 million onno yikumase Swame interchange sisi amyo kase waji sika de wode ba be yakwan no wenwie sika no wa asa
yes, can I'm calling some way. I'm
700 yes.
And so I mean yes. Scanasa.
Kwanon so say the abotis ke bia ho kwanon so the man not. Nti wa ba ye adza o de President Mahama na ban ye fa ho kwan ye tum ye adwuma no de besu no sefata. Nti menyo ka sei ye tum ya pa ye de dem roads akasi. Nyo na nkotin ye bie ne nkotin. I think we picked about 11 roads or 14 roads. Or ye major in fact critical roads abani ohia. Banda da on start here only sikada ho aibutumi aye wa kani na oda ababeka oye big push no President Mahama care time all your campaign o sende oba na so be Ghana mampanyina se project bi wo ho abanda da on start here mfaso wo ho na mbom wentumi nwie a obafa na waye sadagana ni wa fani na 11 of those 14 of those projects yadaka big push no ondo echil bebre but yafa yadaka ya package ya innovate contracting to be a big push contract the menu come as me 13.8 billion cedis afi you best start the trade kwana osafata the break ni anom me pedama kade ansa na President Mahama or baby no na binu ko obobotwa your friend then teacher training allowance nursing training allowance obotwam binu kasei January, February, March, April, May, June. Yetua teacher and nursing training college allowances in now. Yentua na continue. Yewi next beginning of this month. Them allowances now 1 second. Obenyan every single month. Busumbia also pay once abeka wansika osafata. No once wetum da ye. Wetum wait what na school no we suanze no wetum da baboboa. Inti samobon tofa budget ya ye de bay. Oye nyimpa no ho eduma budget yenyim Ghana sebe nzama onkodo yei na ye pede ye yei mo mane no hoton ansem kakrai NPP fo nam sidi na wejina no nam de friend President Mahama na ne ba atu Forson ne finance minister atu Forson wontua
yes
wontua
the government not spending
on spend na make a tron there maybe wonyim nti me take me time na me decided that me chara honde no kware ye spend this sika mbobo bi nchro
okay
ye ba abanim na abani ozakaw euro bonds or the yetua $700 million yetua ka oni na chiri no ya wo $10 billion a oden ka yetua ma ehon na wokoto bonds na Akuffo Addo na brodo omohon haircut na kai a wontumi ntua ka no 10 billion cedis yetua nyana nkuti District Assembly Common Fund yamohon sika 2.9 billion cedis the one from come assemblies na assemblies in one fenye adwuma ye yi onu fi ho a ye twesika yamma SNIT Social Security and National Insurance Trust Fund SNIT 2.7 billion cedis menyo kase owo SNIT ho oyame na wo ye pensioner se ye adwuma na se what's SNIT a aban what's on physical ma SNIT yaje ye tua ka ye wie no nso yama Ministry of Energy na Adda&Energy sectors no sika 9.1 billion cedis a we tum waboa ma ye ni nkanye we gina do e wo de nkanye na we gina do na say ye wie ya pesika 5 billion Ghana cedis ye da ama ye de tua contractors bi a o de ye tua honka 5 billion cedis
aye road contractors
road contractors even the ye validate ni na some of them are wa validate we no ye tua bi 5 billion cedis new road contractors across the country only nature no yama get fund Ghana Education Trust Fund inkotin 4.6 billion Ghana cedis ya sanso yama 1 billion Ghana cedis yada aboa ma free secondary education onso wetumo akodo yama 4.6 billion Ghana cedis ama the National Health Insurance Scheme sika da mo in the one fanye adwuma dem 4.6 yada mo honi health insurance for no we use no 1.4 billion Ghana cedis with the claims or your service providers or hospitals na or the wotua honka no eja mambo bi kakra nchero ya sanso ya mesika 252 million Ghana cedis more that vaccines them from work hospital we wo mo vaccines bi wo mo essential medicine bi na defeat mo from would be na wa short wo Akroma ekaya President Mahama na brodo ya mo sika mo akoto bi bebrea botum wetua honka nyana nkuti ya sanso ya ma 72.8 million Ghana cedis the wo funtu capitation grant na teacher for na watching mo from aden wetum schools in wenye sika osefata wetum da aboa eja ekaya ya won hyehyɛ bi a oye eyi eko rural Ghana sebe ya maamefo papa mpanyimfo na ade obi be friend leap livelihood empowerment yes against poverty dem sika afi ye be ye bebuem ya mesika 477 million Ghana cedis ya da amahon the leap was chama yan maamefo yan papa fo mpanyimfo mrewa na communities bi wo ho a ebokwa na ibinu mo ho a na sebe wasitinem onye yetum yama 477 million the one from boa on nature school fee de no nkoten yetu sika 895 million Ghana cedis school feeding we onye free SHS de ne bio ye school feeding no what the primary schools in kwala school 895 million you can call it 900 million Ghana cedis ye wie wo ye ngina ho ekaya danse mu kakabeta nda se wo kwa kwatro BEC ya na nkofo ba what's the BEC registration fees kura wontuai nti waye kesende school adesua no kura onkodo na nse etibiwa President Mahama wetua 122.8 million Ghana cedis odama BEC fund onye na nkoten ya obi be friend no fee stress school for mo from na wankasa wo kotua won sika we awofo tua sika mo ko second universities first year no President Mahama ware found won sika mo because of promise the oba first year education be free one more 300 million Ghana cedis 300 million Ghana cedis yetumi achicha mo iyo no fi ho a nursing training allowances ya yetua first 6 months 462.6 million Ghana cedis teacher training allowances yetua 191.7 million Ghana cedis then say some sort of assembly members so President Mahama promised the Obama allowances assembly members are oye this year first a quarter zoko 25 million yetua 21 million Ghana cedis that the national apprenticeship program aya baba start apprenticeship program make wakaka won ho de baba start 34.5 million Ghana cedis that edwumawura program ono so yegudo ye ne kakra manyo kase ende da meka say meka asem nan say metete den odu baby kura na NIB workers na wana wode won sika to NIB no wonyem hwehwe won ekaya waso NIB obogun NIB obeye dem NIB no hote dem President John Mahama Nabrodo yedisika 2 billion Ghana cedis yeda akɔhyɛ NIB National Investment Bank ma NIB ojirane nando NPP abrodo na NIB no ho nyedze hianze NDC fo yasema yepede yekan de se yebobo kaw ne yede save bank a yepe yembo kaw ne yemfongu obi ne bank rather yebobo kaw de ye save bank so the bank in Ghana yem banka dem adza ye tum ya abobode ne ya aboa ma workers in kokro 900 oye NIB staff across the country ya preserve with the money. Depositors fund oye 6.4 billion our wusika ho ya preserve ni nam ho. Ni yetum ya kire de NIB ujira ne nando. Nteja se pede ko boy bank account ko NIB. NIB ya me ya adoma bebi a ujina ho yi. Adza ye ni yetum ya aboa ma NIB ujira ne nando. Mini anom. Pede makade. Nsɛm na wɔkeka ebinom ko na yi abandon spend abandon spend but you see the difference in there NPP abana or President Akuffo Addo na ban ono be prefer the obe spend akesesam ehia so ye prefer the be spend na Ghana for one asitinem asesa into them perception or what else abandon spend the government is spending afi starti ebedu bebe yedui sikankotin ya spend from the consolidated fund or 114.5 billion Ghana cedis. Sika abana spending 114.5 billion Ghana cedis. Interest if you ya spend in excess of 84.2 billion Ghana cedis. Non-interest. Interest in the infant will be wabobosa and origin interest. But sika ya pump non-interest expenditure directly into the economy. 84.2 billion Ghana cedis. Nampedem bisade. Na wakade yen spender abad na wapede ye ko bobusa sika ni nyukura na bobusa gum na spending anyhow wonyi me de ebanama it will catch up on you ada eja sisi amnyo kase se waketua ye 1 million bosomko na se nyame ya adoma na se spend 2 million the remaining 1 million o chada ko bobusa dia bobusa o dey planning to pay anabobua. Some plan to pay, time will come and share the year into Mintia no one. I think they want us the Yabobo say Gumudama. President Mahama also are prudent. Rather no, so Bobosa or the best shadza than Chibi, the Hubabam Faso, Amaganim. Intimina no Pedamakade, or Mampeni Mahama Namembuno Rubun, or or then Zama to 2 year or Safata. Pedamakas and Bitro. Eja, President Mahama na bro the Yabeno. Ena oil revenue na ofi ofrene den Ghana fango a yeyetu sikani na ba budget ni mu a ena wa chicha na NPP abedo na wa chene keten wodi bi kura to aeroplane air ticket na wodi tukwan wodi bi yedem wodi bi to nyama pen na no keka ho o no oil sikan danchi obesa nti me peda me de ye japade bi ma Ghana fo na Ghana fo danchi bi wotu maka asem. The first time yedi oil se kana ye japade kese ma no ho abamfaso amayen enye John Evans Atta&Ordered time John Mahama or vice president and ye bombarding ye see or ye friend and Atuabo gas processing factory mande yetumi ye iron gas and onka kan on if you want aban that down no kwenu se kana chemington President Mahama said them oil se kana na wa kan boano rather no or the be major highway Akroma or the bay development or safata into your investment in the young roads in Africa. Many of say, ya pay feasibility studies record the way contractors way design. You sure then to our managed budget and so you are ready. You pay the Accra Kumasi Expressway. My fitiaro Kumasa. Ya me ya doma at the minimum achara 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But to Kumasi could do. Return journey expressway. It's long overdue. It is about time Ghana to link them two major CCTC together. So we in the NDC are committed that particular project. Baby, no. Daibo who be on you there. Bibi today, or ye royalties. Or ye mines so what to gold now. What your royalties be my ban. Them royalties no do budget no more. NPP abrodo woko fe dem sika was wako for bibi ofen ejapa royalties na wɔfa dɛm sika no nyinaa na wɔde kɔ ɛkɔma agyapa na wɔcreate baabi a wɔfrɛ mineral income and investment fund ɛna sika no wɔde bɔ football by heart. John Mahama said that the man no ɔmfa n'enyiwa do. Rather, we've gone for that money. Yɛde aba abɛka ho. Yɛde yɛ development wɔ money mu. Yɛtum money wɔ tum akɔ n'enyim. So these are some of the things that we've put in place, and I believe they are yielding positive results. We've already seen the economic growth wa manumudo. Non-oil GDP growth, we saw a growth of 6.8%. The last time a non-oil GDP growth to 6.8% was 2018. Since 2018, yehu bida. Yamena domara, omanin bibia trade economy or point into the right direction. I have always said that I would be very wrong to say that everything is okay. Everything is not okay. Rather, in Zama started ye, anya me ya duma bibia butuma kuye amahen. Nti ye bompay, ye we ye ho dwuma so. Ye nyi dadze hunye de nto ha ma December nsonze. I can boldly say that now Ghana ahohia ye komuni ye refim na 2026 record we can start pursuing investment.
Ebinom o ka say within 7 months 6 months the magic ban na mutumi ye enti a mo kire say o mani se kasama sesa. Ebinom o ka ne say artificial. Enti no mo ka de hirebe wi ase no it to catch up with you. Especially dollar no said the number be asisi aba from no artificial. Ebinom so ka say abanda da no foundation laid to ho no eno na mo gina so edege fancy. Sanse mienu ya no ye be na de ma.
Okay, first of all, Pepeda Makade maybe a finance minister in January, I think 24th or so, when I became the Minister of Finance. Within a month, and I yabo more than yabo ama or year treasury bill rate wabafo. And me took office and it was going like that. So within a month, we were able to turn it around. You know, NPP for ya. That one more kind. Oh, artificial. You are man bosumo krope. Onye ye. Oh, obeto us and nature to the car of Coco the year. Obeto us and nature this year. How many months? February, March, April, May, June, July. In fact, it has even improved. It has even improved. And they said the same thing. Since we see the started, they appreciate also you 1 week after the following week or bet too free. What are we saying? The city is still stable. The city is still stable. Whatever you are seeing, Adibiara ihubia de olisiwa by no moon. Oyen shishe papa President Mahama na ban NDs aban yatna si yatishe yede atutu ye ni yehu de ye dema di betumesi. So it is not there sebe ofi baby no reba. Oyen shishe ya yatna si ya dwene ho ye nyime de nyame ya adoma baby ye de nzama ototo no obutum wakoye yaman. Menia inflation obakode wa abafom. Sidi na ho de no begina do. Oyen nyame na adoma treasury bill rate, lending rate obabafom. I can see a trajectory of Bobo. I can see economic growth doing well. I can see a Ghana. I mean, our Branton and Ketesi, what pay Jumaye, 1 year Jumaye, but to many Jumaye. But let me say, Ja. You said what kind of NPP for one foundation I was here. So our foundation, Papa B, what them Ghana. I've been to the foundation 8 years. One build the foundation, I'm Buama, Casa went to one Ghana for the Botumia. Nanka went to man yet till NDC yaba Beniman Sani Botum Bessie. If they can do it, if they say it is artificial, I've been to once 1 year artificial nibi. They were in office for 8 years. If it is that simple that they could do, no bitum wa boa ma sidi na hoden no wa befom ne so artificial. Abedintin once went to man yebi. Abedintin or your foundation and went to man ye. This is the government NPP abana what the Ghana or mine Ghana what driving him into the ditch. Ibi ebe ye car na fimo so inka wama kwana inka motu ma train but matna home for 8 years mean to man train but obi aba wa twa amena na mejina chi na me church and on fund them. If you could do it, why didn't you do it? That be peda ma Ghana for your saying there. We sat back as a political party. We saw NPP for one mistakes. We cautioned them. We advised them against it. There, that worry no ye wunjai. No way the ma obobu Ghana. They did not listen to us. Na Ghana for the opportunity man. But because we saw what they were doing, because we knew that you catch when the one year them no way the man zama butuma sana one when we came to office, we were able to implement it. In zama ye catch when the 1 year no kawaye ya in Kagani in kudu baby we could do. Sebe Ghana amano ye na yendia. Newton heja. Me banese mama futu bia. Onfa ho sebe pawasemo me pawasemo. It is your contribution for our country. I should listen to you. Nessa mo kwana se mu de asema eja kan yo ya asem papa. Mama nko gina baby kra me nka de enye de we mfimi nchani nti me mfa ni adwuma. Adweno yin pakroti ne tirim. So I'm here. You are interviewing me. But sir ka bibi kirem na say in the course of the process adibi ba mo kwa fia odem dwomo de the asema papa kan maybe me de adwuma be ye. Without even attributing it to Eja, you can do the job. Na krona ye yamahen. 8 years they couldn't do it. 8 years they couldn't do it. Aberdeen and the worker you know you want one foundation. Why didn't they do it? Aberdeen and worker artificial. If it's artificial and that's simple, they could have done it. I've been saying to my yamahen. Odi baby no. And our money what na mukro ye. Ghana free na na one homa pa. And what you now doso. And if they had the magic, Aberdeen and 1 year. So I'm saying that the right thing to do in your day, Ubiaba, let's give the credit to President Mahama. I can tell you for a fact that whatever we are doing, because President Mahama himself is the one anchoring this progress. Without him, we couldn't have been able to achieve what we are achieving today. And only one anchor, only one church and Kakanka, or the leadership at that let's go this way. So that the people of Ghana can have the relief I promise one day.
Obi bakasa mo shebo ahot will be na ebi ne say Women Development Bank say mo ma yama menum sika ade aye adwuma ebi num kire say nya de o ma hye date ho nsem bi san say sika dwetire a yehia ya tumi da hye sa bank no kra no de amode buy no eye peanut bi nya de a susu company kra betumi ate ebi no so ka say 24-hour economy no ne ye bibi a mo kan ho asem kan no be pim na nya de a mo tumi di sika boture bi ato say sika sei na emu du betumi ka say betumi 24-hour economy nti bi a hwe kwan say da ben na sa 24-hour economy no ebeba na sha say adwuma ebi a hwe say da ben na sa Women Development Bank no beba da 24 man na tumi nya so fa so mo che say mo ya ye o mo say mo kan mo ya settings.
Sir, thank you. New terms of settings. Okay, Ejal, first of all, mpeda kade abani bay busume siana fa 6 months. Watu abama hende yembamba mbua for 4 years. That is 6 months. Afikrumpo yentwe. In the 6 months, first and first, Ghana for one and here wokum. In Zaman or say governance are what to connect you restore. The next 6 months will be more. Sebe answer na beto banking. Or there etenase na plan business plan in Zaman there the strategy BBA to answer na to bank. As we speak, we are working on that. The Women's Development Bank is on course. It's on course. I'm a catch me use way free. Na ma Ghana for said as a Minister of Finance. And as a Minister of Finance, I'm aware the NDC government promised the Yebeye Women's Development Bank. I have allocated 51 million cedis, the one for set up. 51 million cedis for the setup of the bank. That is not the capital of the bank. After what set up a bank in a then you allocate the needed stated capital. I've given NIB 2 billion, isn't it? Did we promise the NIB 2 billion? Yeah, I promised the NIB 2 billion. But when I became the minister, the NIB or collapsing, the saved NIB long ago. I can't sit down for NIB to collapse. I can't sit down for NIB to collapse. I have to make sure I save NIB. I mean, the 2 billion cedis Hashem. You save depositors 6.4 billion. Ya bua ma nyimpa 900 and ka oboto ho na achen when you dwuma mo waye. The next is the Women's Development Bank. We will set up a strong bank and we will fund the bank. Yabama bank and we jina nenando. See, you form a Women's Development Bank and we too are boam and besia funa when he sika would eat ziguan when you sika would eat zigua. See, Samuel Cassie, NIB is strong. It's one of the strongest banks in this country. One of the strongest banks you can have in this country. It's prime for business. It's ready to assist. It's very liquid. We'll do same for our Women's Development Bank. And I want to tell you for a fact that as a Minister of Finance, I will lead that progress. Now, Women's Development Bank in Wejina and Nando. So that will happen. Then a Kribiso, or the 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
On Cherry, President Mahama, Ofori essential for Ofori stakeholders, or launched the what do you call it? The 24-hour economy and accelerated export development program. In the budget, I made an announcement, and we were telling Ghanaians there. He's not saying that okutrisika kesibida to budget no for 24 hours. I say he is going to give incentives to the private sector, so that private sector will lead in this 24-hour economy. And we said that the anchor of the 24-hour economy is the Volta Corridor Economic Enclave. I've also promised that in the 2026 budget, we are going to announce a menu of incentives, fiscal incentives, a menu of fiscal incentives to businesses for them to be able to develop the 24-hour enclave. In Tibepeda Makade, whatever we've said, whatever we've planned, we have 4 years to deliver. You cannot achieve all your manifesto promises in one day. No. And that is why in our manifesto we said that Yewanzama yede 120 days beye. Yewanzama yede 200 days beye. So gradually, some will be done in the first 6 months. Some will be done by the 1 year. Some will be done by 2 years. Some will be done by 3 years. So by the 4th year, Ghanaians will have an idea whether we were able to asama yekechere Ghana phone yetumi ya another yentumi ye.
And na be tie uniastika one of our sister stations. Na no ka say me say e be dey say 24-hour economy no betumi aye. The nti oka sa ne say etumi nya industries a woman na betumi afa adwumayefo bebre na as we speak ni she the industry bi ho betumi aka say wa fa adwumayefo be 2000 a woman aye adwuma no. Nti na de anka say mo ye ne say as mo hwe ema industries no sorry gina na amanfo ehya se wo mo fa nipa bebre ansa na madwe no mpo se mo be 24-hour economy no. So
first of all, before industries will be jinan or the macro economy ni jinan nanda, companies work bank will lend about 40%. Obey the wejina and the NPP. Wakwa jebusa be 40% na banks no waje fu wanjen. Omana VAT were distorting. Sikasama ebasa wa manimu. Currency in jinan nando. Better than industries wejina under the NPP. So what we have done, the first 6 months, the macro stability, we are bringing it back. In fact, we brought macro stability. By the end of December, we will cement the macro stability. That will be the basis for businesses who be then for 24 hours to take over. I think probably my brother sticker or indict no. Because Daya can once a me there. Abadinti ena or friend then industries in no want to mention for a reason. Have you found out from the industries why they were struggling? They were struggling for a reason. It is not always about government money, but often or your government policies rather. Policies in rather no about companies waging one handle. It's not always about give me free money. No, you can give them so much money, but say who economy no on enabling environment and create enabling environment na businesses and one jina it's a money be obugu. That's what it is. And the enabling environment is what President Mahama is creating. It's what the NDC is creating. It's what we are creating. Our economic policies are creating, and these businesses will certainly survive. I'll give you another example. We live in a country where you allow smuggling to persist. When you can see, there are companies, oil companies, edible oil, where you fry ton and zami, or whatever PD, about 4 or 5 companies, they are there. And these companies will produce oil, no, supply into the Ghanaian economy. Yatna ya allow smuggling over the years from Togo and from other parts of the country to collapse these businesses. To collapse them, because what you're smuggling or the Bawumia tax when you're so one money is cheaper than that of our those that are produced in Ghana. Into this smuggling, we collapse companies. In these companies, in import the wafer one businesses or do tax or do what you are buying and want to mintia. Into yetna hey, those smuggling activities will collapse the companies in now. It doesn't matter how much money you give to these companies. It doesn't matter what you do. If you don't stop the smuggling, these companies will collapse. This is the kind of environment I'm talking about. This is the kind of environment I'm talking about. And I believe that under the NDC, the Damzame now about to 3 and some of the 3 about to 3 businesses in Wajina, so that we can encourage them to operate 24 hours. Also for ourselves and also for export. And that is why we are saying that the 24-hour economy program, now we are saying the full name is 24-hour economy and accelerated export development program. So it is they produce for local economy and also be able to export it out.
On a moment to me actually be kakra for good board on who say I can say good board in some seminal. Abanda da no for ka say wo mo hye pa mo ye e de to ho no. And I'm a good board in the Chibegina. I say, one more policies are holding on a more fan of my sign, a friend of Tobafo, and I'm more to Diama Ghana for. Good board no the impacts our economy no so and they way.
Okay, first of all, Gold Board a care 2020 NDC manifesto near the shame. 2020. In fact, we were of the view that you will win the 2020 elections at the time. Inti Yanshishena Yedebeno, Yakade Yabe your Gold Board. I remember I spoke about it in one of this, even this your station. But I think that I'll check. I spoke about it here during the discussion. I was then a ranking member of the Finance Committee of Parliament. And you discussed Gold Board and what Gold Board would do. And you win elections. So 2024 elections, also as part of our manifesto, we elevated the Gold Board. And I remember I led the discussions around the Gold Board and what we will use the Gold Board to do. Simple put, Gold Board on your NPP for initiative. Again, or you want an initiative, they were in office for 8 years. Why couldn't they do it? If it is for them, 8 years in ye, they were in office. In fact, what you have 6 months to pay you. I didn't say 1 year. No, be a banawa baba yenes. Oh, no, my dream be number one. You know what's happening before my sebe audition opoma. But the question is, so your idea, why didn't you implement it? What we've been able to do is very simple, very, very simple. The concept is simple. Over the years, we sat back and we noticed that, oh yeah, Ghana, ya allow smuggling too much. And the gold trade, the way gold trade in Okono, we ceded that sector to foreigners. I recall under our previous NDC administration, that is when the Gold Board idea started coming. Around 2015, 2016, the Vice President, may he so rest in peace, Pakwesi Misata, had traveled to India. And so in conference, and he gave a speech and said that, oh, Ghana exported so much gold, let's say hypothetically 10 tons of gold to India this year. Then people clapped. Then the counterpart, our India, on the Soba platform, said, no, it's not 10, it is 50. So the difference was so wide. And so we felt that what is going on here? Something is happening at the blind side of the government of Ghana. So we started digging and finding out what was really happening. 2016 thereabout. Then, when we got the facts and we noticed that smuggling look Kodo Ghana too much, it was too late, and then we left office. Then we said we will set up a gold board to mimic the structure of the Ghana Cocoa Board. And that is why we had the name Gold Board, to mimic the structure of the Cocoa Board. So that just like Cocoa Board, Obintum Koto Cocoa, and Ankasa on shipping fee Kono, Gold Board will perform similar function in a similar way. So we decided to have a structure, Yawo Bibi today, aggregation system. Gold Board will be the one to license. You remember Cocoa Board, if you remember, Cocoa Board were license buying companies. So they are the only ones that can buy cocoa and bring it to Cocoa Board for Cocoa Board to be able to ship it out. The same structure. So this time, Gold Board will license companies or aggregators. They'll go and buy the gold, give it to Gold Board, and Gold Board will be the ones to send it out, so that smuggling in will try as we speak. From January to June, Gold Board worked to gold 55.1 tons of gold. In fact, last year the same time under the NPP, gold of them small scale nina is about 26 tons. So it's almost 100% increase. Almost 100% increase. So all what we are doing is to use Gold Board as a vehicle to prevent smuggling, so that gold in a world to the country can benefit from it. Smuggling no yenya tax room. Smuggling foreign exchange in omba. It's bibi ankodo ewo omanimu. That is all what we did. And today I've told you how come the concept was came to being. After the vice president had traveled, he came back and said, this is what is happening. Something interesting is happening. Ghana. And we started checking. You check Dubai, you check Switzerland. You find out that something is happening. Gold is leaving Ghana. Gold is leaving Ghana. I brought official sources into me. So we noticed that smuggling is huge. For the first time, yet to me, I mop up the gold, the right gold. As we speak, gold from small scale is more than gold from large scale. Yes, first 6 months we have recorded that gold from small scale is more than large scale. So over the years, gold that way Ghana on your gold kakraba. So them gold in anka ye stop here. Inka yen currency when do baby odi. Inka by now inka ho chere do baby odi. So again, the union NPP for the BB kakro no ya madwin na me nka medwin na medwin ya ba mentuma ye. Ba dwin ye ntuma ya betuma ye. So what's the matter? Hatna ekungwedu 8 years. Adwina mentuma fa anya hwe. Obi no aba smusumesi ya pa say oh ya me nanka bepeda me ye mentuma ye. Ebe eja odama semi worker.
Ya ne finance minister na edin ko na viewers nso ebi no mo ehwe ye nti ebi no so ewo consensus bi o mo raise kakra nti o do adaroma se mitumi ebisa hu samu a obi se newly recruited teachers yi omo se wo mu hu na mane pa nti wo de no kosen wotumi allocate funds de ama omo se de be ya omo betumi anya financial clearance no ma shase age aketua se de so mo je no ana afa no achi wo mu a railways for nso se 10 months arrears bi eno so ewo ho eno so adaroma matumi hu bibia na me kan de me sana bo na afa ahwe nurses and midwives for nso no omo condition of services ne sa ne me bi obise bisa no eno so nsamo atisen sa ne ma bi so betumi abono tewtew amaye kakra adaroma.
Okay, thank you very much. Railway workers, asamana wada abotumenyim no kwado ekrope. I've met with the Minister for Railways. I've met with the Railway Ghana GRDA and the group, and at the meeting we have a roadmap to resolve this issue. It keeps okay. No, they are resolving once and for all. And I'm sure in the coming days the Minister for Railway will make some announcements how I resolve issues, and I don't want to use the Minister for Railway, the sector minister, so he will just to alert them that something is happening and that the minister will deal with it. The teacher and nursing training, I know the previous administration in the last quarter will issue financial clearance among So financial clearance will issue, no, those that they issued, and I think they are being processed. So the Minister for Ghana Education Service and the Minister for Education will certainly deal with it. The condition of service for nurses and midwives, and so Minister for Health is dealing with it, and as soon as it's done, we will announce to the people of Ghana.
What them say? You need so go baby. Ni sa. Now so my main for we energy sector no how hopa. When your ghost names be on me ahodo bi, then am ye dey afa ho. Na for energy sector no sika enwunu wo ho no. Let me say we dwene ho a won te ase. Enti ho no den am ye tew. Say sika for instance Auditor General report ya ba bonti sika twitwiri die a energy sector ho nko an no. I can assure you that
I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to work with the Minister for Energy, and together we'll pay attention. The infractions are young from the sector is worth looking at it. And so, as I said, I don't need so coming here and even raising it is a matter of concern. I will assure you that we'll do something about it.
Documents are there enemy BB on where the far oil sector no home. Special oil market oil international companies to oil Ghana ha no. Do baby on corporate tax this year and who some the previous administration about $3 billion. Can say some of them are there. And some additional oil entitlement be in can say to me council no. Then you says getting in so am IMF up $3 billion Ghana cedis. What the dollars? Inti I don't know there for home.
Just be assured I know these issues well. I know about the additional oil entitlement issue. I know about corporate tax issues. Some of them we are at arbitration. We are discussing. We've made some headways. Okay. Even last week, myself and the Attorney General met together with authorities from officials from the ministry, the GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority. Yes, from Hadrian. Companies in we are arriving at a settlement. Okay. Into that settlement, and you'll be communicating soon, as soon as the settlement is done. But we will do it in the best interest of the people of Ghana.
I'll be very grateful. And
thank you very much. So to conclude, I think that we inherited a very sorry state of economy, and we decided that instead of the lamentations, that they be lament them. They are portion blame without doing anything about it on Ghana. And see what we will do in there. We will work hard to fix it. President Mahama promised the people of Ghana that he will fix it. In fact, you can all see the on-cherry has been 6 months plus. In fact, today is 200 days exactly the day he took office. We believe that we're on the right path. We believe that whatever we are doing will be sustained. And see, me mama Ghana Fota said, when a bit more kado na you see the appreciation will not be sustained. Be assured it will be sustained. Someone is saying, oh, the way our treasury bill rate no Akuffo will not be sustained. Be assured it will be sustained. Nyamani prices no Akuffo it will not be sustained. Be assured it will be sustained. I want the Ghanaian traders and so waters in there. Abana enough for me. Government of Ghana, why enough for me? We have worked so hard to reverse the decline. Embrace the wild so tonad and also by what family. Saban oye bibi no ya dema ekade abandon nori yentima in zamanobo akosoro. Sisi abana ye nenede. Woso ya wodina Ghana yina komantoni. Because abana bano ya me na wo. Nti abana ye na from the President Mahama Naban, we've done what we are supposed to do. And we are still working hard. Into surprises, embrace do before. Please pass it on. Pass it on. Na Ghana yinu so na komantoni yem. Na together ni yen hold the young country. So the Ghana crop here na yawo. Ghana yawo ze oya musomede. the maame mo wo believe the motu ma aboa ma ya ye ne ye no wo so wo dze no wo so ye na foboa ne hin na Ghana onye ye ma hin na ne entra ye ma ne ono pede me ka che Ghana fo.
Okay, abusia we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway ne so eye ato Forson and I tin nkase ode sa ensem no tudwa ede amaye bada mase se moje pene kokoti sa ensem we ede amaye aha eye Ghana Politics Avenue. So subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi bada mase.